buy oligo developer to use with your oligo lightener.
Yeah.
Because every lightener, every piece of that powder within lightener is a molecule. It has a weight. For it to provide you the most accurate lift in the correct time, the molecule weight of the developer needs to equal.
Now you're the only person that said it that way.
This is why you weigh your developer. Because if you put your powder in your scale and you pour your developer in, you're looking for a 1-to-1 mixing ratio to get the maximum amount of lift and deposit of cool tone, right? As it's going, you want it to lift, but not go crazy to where it looks like chicken fat yellow. We've seen that, right? So as we're lifting, we want a controlled lift to get exactly where we want, because it's a visual processing time with lightener. You rinse it when it's visually where you want it to be. So it has to be mixed properly. And it needs to be calibrated with the molecules at the same weight. So if you take a Sally's developer and weigh it, and you take an oligo developer and weigh it singly by itself, there's going to be 2 different weights. That is going to change the chemical components and the makeup of those molecules when they meet. So if your developer from Sally's is lighter, what's going to happen when you pour that in?
You're gonna pour more in.
You're going to pour more in. You're going to dilute essentially your lightening power.
I like it.
So
Yeah, and that's not just for those.
That's for everything across the board.
Thank
Now,
you.
if you find another developer that weighs the same amount, you're going to be closer, right?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be calibrated the same. There are chemists that sit in a lab and they calibrate the weight, even though it's that superfine dust of your lightener molecules, and they calibrate the molecule weight of your developer to match. So you have a perfect 1-to-1 mixing ratio.
So if somebody took Oligo Smart developer and used it with another brand, they would be still shortchanging themselves.
Yes!
Because they're not using
It's
the
not
proper developer
calibrated
that.
for it.
Right.
And so if Oligo's Smart developer is heavier, they're going to end up with a different consistency again.
Thank you for that.
And that's all
Yeah,
lighteners
very
across
nice.
the board. That's not just Oligo.
I've never heard that before.
It's true, I swear. It's a very easy explanation as to why you should use the developer that goes with whatever you're doing. It's the same thing with hair color. Doesn't change with color. Your color molecules are a certain size and a certain weight, and the developer is calibrated to that same thing. This has been a conversation for a long time. And I've had salon owners tell me, I don't want to pay for a developer to be shipped. All developers are the same. I've heard that a million times. Why are you not buying our developer? Because I don't want to pay for it to be shipped. All developers are the same. Well,
Well, that's for the points program.
I understand your thoughts on that, but let's dig a little deeper, right? I'm not telling you you're wrong, but I'm going to bring you my developer, and we're going to use your developer, and we're going to do this weight thing. And we're going to see how it works out. And it is a visual realization 99% of the time that they're diluting their lightener with developer. Lightener is an alkaline product. Developer is an acidic pH. If you are putting too much acidic pH in your alkaline product, you're reducing the alkalinity. You need the alkalinity to lighten. So if they're telling you, for the guy in the back that was saying the blonde or and blonde me, right? If they're telling you that this doesn't lighten as well as that, that's a really good reason why it's not. Because if it's been diluted with developer, you're not going to get 9 levels of lift. Or the flip side of that, which this has happened to me too, is you go through this whole thing, they mix it properly, they mix it with your developer, and then they tell you, oh my gosh, she was white. Because it was finally, right, working at the speed that it was supposed to work at.
Half of them don't measure anyway.
That's right.
I mix the
That's right.
consistency that I like.
Yes,
That's what I hear.
yes, that is
Never
true.
had
had one say they didn't like it. Not once did
Yes.
someone say they did not like black light.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet.
But mixing is truly, even if they're getting what they want out of it, that's great.
They could be getting more.
But are they getting what it's truly designed to give them? Chances are good it's not. Now, don't fix what's not broken, right? If they're happy and things are going good and that's how they work and they've diluted it to the speed that they work at, it's all good. But if someone's telling you they're not getting where they want to be or where they need to be, this is a great place to start.
If you tell us nothing else from here on out, then you've done your job.
All right, I'm out.
Because
Lunchtime,
was
I'm
worth the
It's the first time I've heard anybody break down developers in 40
Me
years.
too.
That was fantastic.
I spent a lot of time in labs. A lot of time in labs. And it is truly, it's across the board, so you can take that information and run with it.